What is going on, everybody? It's LaFrance, and we are here for a Monday Night Raw review for November 12th, 2018. And before we get into the review, I did check over my videos from a year ago, and this week marks the 1 full year of reviewing Raw, Smackdown, and NXT. We started this on 11/13/2017, and 364 days later, we are still going. Of course, the title card or the reviews card has changed as we've gone on. Hopefully I have that fixed and changed to an updated as we move on. But we are 1 year into this, and I have done a lot. I have talked about a lot. The reason I started this was because I enjoy watching wrestling. I enjoy NXT mostly, and Raw and SmackDown have been trash over the last year. SmackDown a little bit better than Raw. But I have done everything I can to just give my opinion. I enjoy doing this, and I love doing this, and hope to make this, and hope to continue to do this for the years to come. I've seen other people like Solomon who've been doing this for like 10 plus years, JD who's been doing this for like 4 plus years, and others who have done this for a lot longer than I have, with way better equipment and stuff than I have. And I just hope to get better as the time goes on. Now, this of course was, again, the final hype to Survivor Series for Monday Night Raw, only really having 3 weeks to build to Survivor Series, and I thought, I should have saw this coming, but I thought we were actually going to miss out on the invasion things that we always get the last 2 years, where Raw and SmackDown invades Raw, and then Raw retaliates. Well, I should have known this was coming, so we did end the show tonight with the Smackdown Women's Division coming out and obliterating the Raw Women's Division. So that was the way we ended Monday Night Raw. And of course, I fully expect Monday Night Raw to retaliate tomorrow on SmackDown Live. It's just a gut feeling. I kind of figure that's what they're going to go with. We usually, just like last year, because we had 4 weeks last year, the night after the Raw pay-per-view, I believe it was it was not Hell in a Cell, was it? Was it Hell in a Cell? Whatever the final pay-per-view was before Survivor Series. And we had SmackDown come in and attack and destroy Monday Night Raw. But we actually had nothing happening between Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live until the go-home show to SmackDown for Survivor Series. That, of course, did not happen this year. We had SmackDown come in and invade just the women. I don't know if it's just going to be the women tomorrow, but we are definitely going to see an invasion from Monday Night Raw. Brock Lesnar was on the show. Ronda Rousey was on the show. She actually got obliterated by Becky Lynch to close the show, so that was something right there. I don't know, but it looked like Becky Lynch might have had a broken nose or something else. Hopefully nothing too serious, because this match between her and Ronda Rousey is a marquee match at Survivor Series. We started the show a little bit differently. Instead of Monday Night Raw opening up with a big promo originally, we had what was supposed to be a battle royal. The winning team would become the captains of the Survivor Series 10-man tag team Survivor Series match at Survivor Series. Now, the reason we had this 2 years ago is because WWE didn't do champion versus champions in 2016, which I think was a blind mistake by WWE. We didn't get that. We got our first champion versus champion matches last year, which I like the champion versus champions for Survivor Series, simply because you get potential dream matches. Like we have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. We have Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, and we're getting a rematch from last year's quintessential main roster match of the year in AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar 2, which is just hopefully going to be good, if not as better than what we saw last year. But with Brock Lesnar going back to the UFC soon, we'll have to wait and see. Well, this 10-man battle royal started off the show, did not go very long, as Braun Strowman came out and literally obliterated everybody. Didn't do like he did going into WrestleMania, where he won the thing. He just sent everybody out of the ring to the bottom rope and everything, and took over Monday Night Raw. And everything ensued.
This Monday Night Raw episode is brought to you by the Monster Among Corbin gets these hands.
Unfortunately, Baron Corbin did not come out. It was the she-devil herself, the $1 billion princess. The bitch is here, the bitch is here, the bitch is here to cut somebody's balls off. It's Stephanie McMahon.
Listen, Braun, I understand that you are upset after what Baron Corbin did to you in your Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar. And you have every right to be. But you cannot hold Raw hostage. Listen, my brother Shane...
Look, I don't give a damn about Shane. And I don't give a damn about representing you at Survivor Series.
Well, I do give a damn. And as the commissioner of Monday Night Raw, you and everyone else on this roster better give a damn too.
I know when someone's trying to manipulate me. So enough talking. Bring your little lapdog Corbin out here so I can get this over with.
Now, Team Raw has defeated Team Smackdown the past 2 years in a row. And when you lead our team to victory again this Sunday night, you can have whatever you want.
I want another Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar.
Done.
But before that, I want Baron Corbin.
Done.
I want to pick the stipulations.
Done.
You make sure Corbin signs a waiver so I'm not responsible for the damages.
That might take a little more time. I need to run it by the lawyers, but I'm confident I can get it done. On one condition. You don't lay a hand on Baron Corbin until after Survivor Series. You need to prove that you're a team player. You need to prove that you are a proud member of the Raw roster, and then you can have whatever you want.
Well, I better, because if I don't, I'm going to WWE headquarters and I'll destroy the whole building.
You know, with the way WWE's been lately, I would kind of like to see him go to WWE headquarters and destroy the whole building. Am I the only one in that camp? Because I think that'd be good television. Just go to WWE headquarters, destroy every building, like every part of the building, room by room, walk into Vince's office and just tear the whole thing down. Yeah, I kind of want to see that on Monday Night Raw, him go to the WWE headquarters and just destroy everything. Ronda Rousey's music hit, and she comes out. Stephanie, starts going, let's hear it for Raw Women's Champion, Rowdy Ronda, and Ronda pulls the microphone away from her and says,
Save the pep talk, Steph. There's nothing you could say, nothing could offer me to make me more motivated than I already am. I've been waiting for a challenge like Becky Lynch since I came to the WWE, and I'm so tired of hearing the man threaten to rip my arm off. I really can't wait to show the man how it's really done. Maybe I don't have to wait.
Look, I'm with
out comes Baron Corbin to try and settle things down.
Stephanie, and we need to focus all of our aggression towards Shane McMahon and Smackdown this Sunday at Survivor Series. And like Stephanie, I'm here to help motivate Raw talent. Look, Ronda, a good man.
Well, Baron Corbin decides to put his hand on Ronda Rousey's shoulder, and she judo flips him for his troubles. Grabs the title and just walks off.
Ronda let her actions do the talking.
That's it.
That's got to be humiliating for Corbin.
You can have him. Remember our deal. Get out of this ring. Would you get out of the ring, please?
Enjoy your time being Stephanie's lapdog, because after Survivor Series, I'm gonna neuter you.
I can't be the only one in that camp of, I honestly don't want to see Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin, especially with this rumor of Braun Strowman supposedly having blown out knees, and quite honestly, during the obliteration of the Tag Team Battle Royal, where he was trying to run guys over, it just seemed like he was a lot slower than he used to be. Like, he was not getting as much power behind his legs like he used to, like he usually would. So, him being injured, I can honestly see that being a thing, but that is... So basically, one or two things happen in the Men's Survivor Series match. Raw wins 3 years in a row, and Baron Corbin is Braun Strowman's bitch, or Braun Strowman is not going to get what he wants because... Okay? Because they stop him, or something happens and SmackDown gets the one-up, and then you're still going to get Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman somewhere at the line, probably at TLC. Let me think here. Then we had... Let me see here. Then we had Ember Moon versus Tamina, which... Ember Moon, what are they going to do with you? Ember Moon is pretty much just a buried superstar who deserves better than she's getting. Tamina Snuka, who last year was on SmackDown, never got sent over to Raw with the Superstar Shakeup. At least that's not what I'm expecting. And she's now on Raw with this alliance of Nia Jax, and she's beating Ember Moon clean. I believe she beat her clean. Why? Why is Ember Moon getting beat clean? Why is Ember Moon being buried? And the thing about this, I'm just going to say it now. Ember Moon is not going to be part of Survivor Series. Ember Moon is just going to be sitting on the sidelines. Ember Moon is not where she should be, in my opinion. A lot of people are like, oh, well, Ronda Rousey, and this is the biggest problem with Ronda Rousey being the women's champion. She doesn't really... She's holding the title hostage, and not too many people actually get to fight for the title. She just seems like... It just seems like they're just going to hold the title hostage for her, and the next person who's going to beat her, of course, is Charlotte. Who else? But Tamina beats Ember Moon after a meh match. Not much you can talk about it. It is what it is. And then we had Seth Rollins, and we get an explanation of why Dean Ambrose did what he did, but not in the normal sense of this is why I did it. It's just we had an explanation from Dean Ambrose in the best Dean Ambrose way as you could, and he sets his shield vest on fire. Seth Rollins is in the ring with Corey Graves as Corey is asking him questions about Survivor Series and then Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose is the subject of most of your focus right now, but let me tell you, from watching Shinsuke on SmackDown Live every week, if your head's not in the game, Shinsuke's going to take it clean off.
But don't get me wrong, this Sunday, when the bell rings, I'm going to be laser focused on Nakamura. But that's Sunday. And this is tonight. And tonight in Kansas City, I want answers. I want to know. I want to know, why did Dean Ambrose do what he did to me, to Roman Reigns, to all of us? That's where my head's at right now.
Listen, you and I have both known Dean Ambrose for a long time. Dean's never had a great way with words. He usually uses his actions to do most of the talking.
We have known Ambrose for a long time, and he's not a stupid guy. Dean Ambrose knows exactly why he did what he did. Not man enough to come out here and tell me.
Graves points to the Titantron. Dean Ambrose is shown on the Titantron sitting on a red car with a barrel of fire beside him.
Don't ever accuse me of not being man enough to do anything. I'm man enough to get out of this cold, come into that arena, and beat the holy hell out of you right now. But I'm not going to do that. Because you all don't deserve that. I don't know you an explanation. I don't know these people an explanation. I don't know anybody anything. You're people who want to come up to me on the street looking like they could use a shower. These people with no manners. They want to spit on me, call me names, throw things at me with their, "Why, Dean? Why did you turn your back on your brothers? Why this night of all nights?" Your architect doesn't have all the answers this time, does he? What do you want to know, Seth? Are you wondering maybe shouldn't have talked to Dean like he was an imbecile so much? Shouldn't have treated him like a charity case so much? Are you wondering maybe did something go wrong? What changed with Dean? Or maybe you're realizing Dean Ambrose has been the same guy this whole time. I was just too selfish and too self-absorbed to see anything else that was going on around me. Maybe I regret my actions. Maybe I am remorseful. Maybe I hope that one day my brothers can forgive me for what I have done. No, that's not it. The truth is, I used to think the Shield was stronger together. I used to think that this symbol made me strong. I used to think that wearing this made me strong. The truth is, the Shield made me weak. You made me weak. Roman made me weak. The burden of being your brother, the burden of having to watch your back made me weak. But every day is a new day. A chance to be reborn. A chance to take the past.
So he's taking the shield vest that he has in his hand, which Dean Ambrose really didn't wear the shield vest. Pretty much towards for the second half of the run with the Shield, and in the revival that they had in the last 2 years, he never really wore the vest. He was always the guy who wore the Under Armour shirt that had the Shield logo on it. But he takes this and douses it in fuel, and then
burn it down.
Just tosses it into the barrel of fire. Seth's putting on the best poker face he can, drops the mic, and just walks up the aisle. So Dan Ambrose did it because he felt weak in the Shield. He felt weak watching Seth Rollins' back. Now, we have this big match coming up at Survivor Series, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. I'm looking forward to that match. Will WWE have Dean Ambrose get involved? Will WWE ruin one of their marquee matches, or one of their champion versus champion matches, to further the Dean Ambrose-Seth Rollins feud? I honestly hope not, because this is the one time I would love to see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins go one-on-one with each other. Not Dean Ambrose, but Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins go one-on-one with each other. But it would not surprise me if we get Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose interfering in the match, costing Seth Rollins to further the feud. It just would not surprise me. But Dean Ambrose felt weak is definitely not the worst I've ever heard, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how further this goes. And if Dean Ambrose does not get involved with the Shinsuke Nakamura match at Survivor Series, what does this symbol of Dean Ambrose dousing the Shield vest in fuel and gas and just throwing it into a barrel of fire, what is that going to do to Seth Rollins at Survivor Series? If Dean Ambrose does not get involved, will we see a more aggressive Seth Rollins, or will we see the Monday Night Rollins Seth Rollins that we saw all summer until the Shield came back? We move on here, and they did a highlight package of Kurt Angle getting beat by Drew McIntyre last week. And of course, one of the last few things you heard was maybe Drew McIntyre ended Kurt Angle's career. Right, that was going to be Kurt Angle's last match. We come back into the crowd, and we hear Kurt Angle's music hit, but it was only a troll job by Dolph Ziggler, who played Kurt Angle. They had Kurt Angle's music played before the vinyl scratch noise. Dolph Ziggler comes out, Drew McIntyre comes out, and they have a promo, and Drew McIntyre declares Monday Night Raw is now his show. And I don't have the volume up for some reason because semantics. I apologize.
Our match, an Olympic gold medalist, a WWE Hall of Famer, an icon, a national treasure, and when I was finished, he was nothing more than an embarrassment.
I'm sorry, but I didn't watch Crown Jewel. From what I hear, Kurt Angle was an embarrassment at Crown Jewel, so you're a little late on that one, Drew.
He gave me everything. I can't take that away from him. He gave me everything he had, but you know what I saw when I looked into his eyes? I saw his will to win fading. I saw his realization that he was in the ring with a superior man, and he tried to fight, and inevitably he was crawling on his hands and his knees. And you know what happened next? He started crying. Crying. I have never been more disgusted in my entire life. I was more than happy to humiliate Kurt Angle and put him down with his own ankle lock. Look at me. Look into my eyes. Raw is my show now.
You know, listening.
And then Finn Balor came out and interrupted him.
You talk about how you took no joy from what you done to Kurt last week. That was just too much for me to sit back there and listen to. Last week, you crossed the line.
Dignity, not a right reserved for all, buddy. I could have done so much worse to Kurt, but I chose not to. But you're not out here for that, are you? You're upset because I kicked your little head off. You thought I was coming to save you from big bad Bobby Lashley out of some kind of European pride. Mate, you are exactly what is wrong with this place. There are so many superstars like you. You're so concerned with your feelings and your emotions. It makes me sick. So do me a favor, turn around, march up that aisle and go cry to your little Balor club and maybe 2 sweet...
Shut up! I've been dealing with bullies like you my whole life. So how about I stick to what I know? You and me in a match right here, right now.
I don't know what's more fragile, your feelings or your body. But if you want a match, you've got a match. I mean, not with me. You're gonna have a match with the man, no matter what Shane McMahon likes to think is the true best in the world, Dolph Ziggler. And if you can defeat somebody like Dolph, maybe, just maybe, I'll consider lowering myself to your level.
I seem to take a little offense on that for a second. And then a glass cow kiss, which is that nasty headbutt. I don't know why he even does that nasty headbutt. So we got Dolph Ziggler versus Finn Balor in a good Raw match. Balor wins with a roll-up after what was a good match. Of course, Drew McIntyre did try to get involved a couple times, and Balor was able to thwart that. And then we go backstage, and Stephanie McMahon makes pretty much an executive decision, which I know was not a fan. Baron Corbin was not a fan of, and that was making the fourth pick, because we still have 2 more people to know who's going to be on the Survivor Series team. One of those spots, the final spot, will be named later in the night as Bobby Lashley will take on Elias in a match, but Finn Balor gets added to the Raw Men's Survivor Series team by Stephanie McMahon, which I'm pretty sure Baron Corbin is not happy about.
Finn,
Hey, Steph.
congratulations. Not
Thank
just
you.
on the win, but for standing up for what you believe in. The courage of their convictions. You're so impressive, Finn, and that's exactly why I want you to be a part of the Raw Men's Survivor Series team this Sunday.
Stephanie, thank you very much. Great idea, but don't you think we can discuss this?
I'm gonna drop you right now.
Stand down.
Think you're funny.
Excuse me. I heard you out there. Monday Night Raw is my show. Now listen, I appreciate everything you're trying to do, but you cannot hurt your teammates. That's right, the 3 of you are going to be on the Raw Survivor Series team this Sunday. Now, Dolph, I know you can't wait to get your hands on my brother and exact that revenge for what he did to you, stealing the World Cup and becoming the best in the world. And Drew, what you did to Kurt Angle last week was purely diabolical. It was evil. It is exactly what I want you to do to my brother and all of the superstars on the Smackdown roster. Now, I need the 3 of you. You don't have to like each other, but you've got to respect each other and work together this Sunday. Am I understood? But after you win, feel free to tear each other apart.
All I'm going to say about Finn Balor being on the Raw Survivor Series team, we can get another clash of Balor versus Joe, which was always great in NXT. We could have Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor, Daniel Bryan versus Finn Balor. I am looking forward to any of those combinations happening at Survivor Series. Also, Drew McIntyre versus Samoa Joe would be an awesome thing to happen. Or Daniel Bryan versus Drew McIntyre. The one thing that's great about the Survivor Series teams with these brand splits is the fact that we get, especially after NXT call-ups happen on Raw and SmackDown, and maybe 1 or 2 of those superstars get put on the Survivor Series teams, we get to see matchup styles for at least a few minutes, at least, of like, say, a Finn Balor versus a Daniel Bryan or a Finn Balor versus a Rey Mysterio. I think that would be awesome to see. Balor versus The Miz we've already seen, which of course would be another great singles match with how well The Miz has stepped up his game in 2018. But Balor versus Joe in any time would be great. Balor versus Daniel Bryan and Balor versus Mysterio out of those guys. I don't want to see Shane McMahon versus anybody. I want to see him just get hit with a Claymore kick, zigzag combination, and out of the match. Like that. Then we had Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was in the back being asked by, I think it was Charlie Caruso. I think it's Charlie Caruso about Becky Lynch, because I'm pretty sure they showed a video package of Becky Lynch and everything that's been going on between these two so far. And Ronda Rousey...
Ronda, strong words from your opponent at Survivor Series, Becky Lynch. On to that.
Well, I mean, she's the man, and she really can dish it out. But Becky should know that I wasn't trying to offend her or mock her past or have to becoming champion or anything like that. I mean, I was just trying to point out how ridiculous her threats of ripping my arm off are. I mean, well, she was learning the alphabet, I was learning arm bars. She was learning how to juggle, I was learning arm bars. She was learning that the exit is sometimes... I was learning arm bars.
So, you just said you weren't trying to mock her, but yet you just spent the last, 30 seconds mocking Becky Lynch. So, yeah, what you have happened to you later in the match, later in the night you have coming to you, Ronda. I'm just saying.
I really can't believe that I have to take the time to point all of this out. I mean, yeah, Becky can dish it out, but she isn't that good at taking it. I mean, Becky, you are so hypersensitive. You're not just the man, you are the millennial man. You are the skinny jeans wearing, V-neck sporting, avocado toast munching, winged shoe wearing millennial man with a bubble wrapped ego and a porcelain self-perception.
Who the fuck wrote that for her? Because that honestly did not just come from her head. That was the most scripted set of lines I think I've heard on WWE TV all year.
Someone needs to tell the man that I am not Charlotte Flair. Raw is not Smackdown, and being offended doesn't make you right. So you can put the violins away, champ. You are not Oliver Twist, and I'm not some trust fund baby golden child. Okay, every fan that I got has watched me sweat for every single ounce of their respect. They've watched me bleed for every little inch of progress. They've watched me mourn every single setback, and I sure as hell didn't pour my heart and soul into changing the meaning of fight like a girl so that a leader of the women's evolution could call herself the man.
So that was her promo. Nia Jackson, Tamina came in at the end, and she quote unquote wished her good luck in her match at Survivor Series and said, "Go get it, champ." Yeah. Then we had, I'm so sick and tired of this shit that they do, but we see it with every heel. When Carmella was a heel, she did it at least 2 or 3 times. Alexa Bliss would do it 2 or 3 times. The Riot Squad was out, and I thought we were getting a match between Ruby Riott and Natalya to go off of what we had last week with Ruby Riott breaking the supposed to be sunglasses of Jinny and Anvil Neidhart. They weren't. WWE wouldn't allow a item like that to be. You can go to a fucking dollar store and find sunglasses that look like something Jinny Anvil Neidhart wore to the ring. I'm sure that guy did not wear the same pair of sunglasses every single match. He probably wore a pair of sunglasses to the ring, and then that was the last time he saw that pair. That's just how it works in the wrestling business. So to say this one set of sunglasses that Natalya had, or her dad's, is absolute bullshit. But we had Ruby out here with a fake apology.
And the Anvil Neidhart sunglasses. I struck a nerve with not only Natalya,
but the entire WWE universe. I've had a week. Think about my actions. I completely understand why I've gotten the backlash I've gotten. I mean, let's face it. Jim was a future WWE Hall of Famer. He was this badass powerhouse, you know? He had the most infectious laugh. And in a moment, took all of those happy memories and I turned them into nightmares. Not only that.
Now, the crowd's booing. You can hear the crowd booing. The crowd's booing because they know everything she's saying out of her mouth is total fucking bullshit. Like, they can just tell that the crowd is not stupid, Vince. The crowd can see a mile away that she's going to sit here and be somber and crying and, like, on the verge of tears, and then she's going to just flip it around and be the heel that she has been since she's been on the main roster. It's just so goddamn stupid that they continue to do this shit. They did it with Carmella a couple times. Every time she come out and was like, I was not meant to be here. I'm so humble now because I'm the women's champion. You know what? Psych. Fuck everybody. They do it. They've done it with fucking Alexa Bliss as well. It's enough of this shit. Why do we have to have heels come out, put on a sad fake face, alligator tears in their fucking eyes, and then turn around and just be like, ha, fooled you all. The crowd knows it's coming, and they could see it in this entire promo a mile away.
I humiliated Natalya in front of a worldwide audience.
There's a smile.
And I enjoyed every second of it. Maddie, you think I took it too far? I didn't take it far enough. Sarah, Liv, and I have had to scratch and claw for everything we've ever gotten. And last week, I wanted you to feel emotion. I wanted you to feel real emotion. I wanted you all like. That's exactly what you did. You know, in that moment, it all made sense. It clicked. Why Jim wore those sunglasses. It was because he was ashamed to look at his own daughter.
That's not how sunglasses work.
He had to shade himself from...
And Natalya's music hits, and she comes from behind and attacks Ruby Riott.
And Natalya goes right after Ruby Riott and wastes a little time. The numbers are going to be too much. 3-on-1. Hear how irate, how enraged Natalya is right now.
Natalya's emotions have gotten the best of her. This is 2 weeks now that she just falls apart at the hands of the Riott Squad.
The Riott Squad aren't finished yet. They're just going to lay waste. You don't think? Oh, and a heart attack! The ultimate
If that was a heart attack, then yeah, Jim the Anvil Neidhart is rolling in his grave because that was a shitty heart attack.
Respect. The move made famous by Natalya's dad, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and Bret Hart. Absolutely humiliating.
So, again, can someone tell me why we continue to have this same type of promo for heel women? It's just so stupid. Let me get the alligator tears, put them in there. Let me get somber as much as I can. Let me cry, act like I'm crying, get ready to cry a little bit, and just, it's enough. It's absolutely enough of this. It's just so stupid. It's just so stupid, and it's just one of those things that it just racks my brain that why would they continue to do this? Why are we going to continue to see this happen? Why do we have to continue to have a heel come out? Like, if Ruby Riott won the Women's Championship from Ronda Rousey, which isn't going to happen, but in this situation, she would come out and be like, I was never meant to be here. I think this should be something that the women, like all little girls, should come out in. Like, it's just, oh god, it's just so stupid. The whole entire sunglasses thing was pathetic. It was some way of WWE to try and get cheap heat on Ruby Riott. And it's just bullshit, absolute bullshit. As I said in the beginning of the thing, we had what was supposed to be a 10-man battle royal, or a battle royal, not a 10-man, but tag team battle royal, which I hate that they changed these rules, but whatever, where you would have tag teams, so we could have a 10-man tag team Survivor Series match at Survivor Series, which is going to be on the only kickoff show match, so yes. The Cruiserweight Championship is on the main card for the first time since Enzo was the Cruiserweight Champion, and that is sad. Cedric Alexander won the Cruiserweight Championship on the WrestleMania pre-show. He defended it again. He defended it on the SummerSlam pre-show. We go to Super Showdown. He loses it to Buddy Murphy. And then Buddy Murphy's first title defense is going to be on the main Survivor Series card. Kind of kicks Cedric Alexander in the balls, if you think about it, because he was Cruiserweight Champion since WrestleMania. Wrestled at the only shows that he was on the main card was the Greatest Royal Rumble and Super Showdown. The other two pay-per-views that title was on the card, WrestleMania and SummerSlam, he was on the pre-show. Yet Buddy Murphy wins in that Super Showdown, and he's going up against Mustafa Ali on the main card. That's gotta suck. But again, this tag team battle royal we're supposed to have determining the winner is the captain of the tag team division match, which I honestly don't care about. And why does it matter who the fuck captain is? Well, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable are your captains of the Team Survivor Series. They picked the Ascension, the Revival, Lucha House Party, and I don't remember what the other team was, but who fucking cares? I think it was the B Team, actually. The Revival, the Ascension, the B Team, Lucha House Party, Chad Gable, and Bobby Roode, I believe, are the 5 teams. What the fucking do? Then, because it is the final Raw before we get to Survivor Series, who has to be here but the laziest Universal Champion of all time, Brock Lesnar, is on Monday Night Raw and gets interrupted by the one guy who was supposed to face him last year until somebody, probably Brock Lesnar, probably Paul Heyman, got into Vince's ear and was like, this match needs to be changed. The one, the only, Jinder Mahal interrupts Brock Lesnar and Suplex City for the Singh brothers.
You know why they chant AJ Styles? Because they believe that AJ Styles has a fighting chance against Brock Lesnar based on what AJ Styles did last year at Survivor Series in his match against Brock Lesnar. Well, this Sunday, AJ Styles is going to fly into Los Angeles, check in to the Hotel California, go all the way up to the top to the Sweet Mort Suplex City, and he will take the beating that is coming the way of the WWE Champion. So, permit me, Mr. Styles, based on how close you came last year to beating Brock Lesnar, there is no one that Brock Lesnar wants to beat this Sunday more than AJ Styles at Survivor Series, which means, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday at Survivor Series, Flex City, F5, 1, 2, 3. Your winner, the champion of all champions.
Take my advice. Do not underestimate AJ Styles. Last year at Survivor Series, I was focused on the dream match. Universal Champion Barack
Only in your mind, Jinder Mahal, was that ever a dream match.
Lesnar versus WWE Champion, the Beastmaster, modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. And that focus gave AJ Styles opening to steal my championship, to steal my match. So I am here as your friend, offer my services to help your client focus on AJ Styles. I can show the beast my mantra.
We're here to listen to your... You want to even bother listening to his mantra?
I can help you, Brock. Come on in. Brock, center your energy. Breathe in. And repeat. Shanti. 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 Shanti.
Most was laughing, and then good night.
No! Oh my God! Uh-oh! Oh my God! Hot City! Brock Lesnar wiping out the Hall of the Singh brothers! And I don't think the Beast is done yet! Shanti! Shanti!
Just so everyone know, this was supposed to be the match between Brock Lesnar and Jinder Mahal last year at Survivor Series until somebody, whether it was Brock, whether it was Paul Heyman, I don't care who, but somebody got into Vince's ear and said that match needs to be changed, get AJ Styles or somebody on the Smackdown roster to face off against Brock Lesnar that's not Jinder Mahal. So, what you saw between Brock Lesnar and Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers tonight was supposed to happen last year at Survivor Series.
Samir and Sunil are national heroes in their native India. This is not good. They're not really
Bullshit.
national heroes, but nonetheless, I get your point. Oh no! Again! Oh, these poor Singhs.
Poor Samir.
Poor Singhs. Give me a break.
Some people have different ways of relaxing. Some would shoot clay pigeons. Brock Lesnar throws Singh brothers. Oh my God, Corey, it's not done yet. Oh my God. What the Beast is capable of. And I'm not sure he's done. Absolute destruction. Jinder might have to get a new mantra after this one. The Beast with an F5 to the Hall.
And Jinder Mahal goes back to being irrelevant, even though he tried to stay relevant this week. That was Brock Lesnar doing what he needed to do to show you that what we got last year between Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles was the better match. Pretty much what you saw tonight would have been everything that we've seen. But we move on to Bobby Lashley versus Elias, which was it was a nothing match. Lashley wins by count out because Elias Elias was outside the ring, and Leo Rush pulled a James Ellsworth, if you remember what I mean by this. Survivor Series 2016, Braun Strowman was counted out because James Ellsworth's hand became, it became like he was able to hold Braun Strowman down. A little guy like that was able to hold Braun Strowman out of the ring with his one hand, keeping him out so he could be counted out, and that was that. What did they do this time? Bobby Lashley was in the ring. Elias was trying to get back in, and Bobby Lashley wins by countout because not James Ellsworth, but his buddy Leo Rush held Elias out of the ring, causing the win. Post-match, Elias ends up he throws Leo Rush from the inside to the outside to our friend, noticeably as Leo Rush into Bobby Lashley, and that was that. So Bobby Lashley is the 5th man on the Team Survivor Series. Yay, but good for him. We get to the main event segment of the night. There is no more overrun, which was great for this entire show. And we get Alexa Bliss naming the Survivor Series team. She names Natalya, who she says she sent home after what happened with her and Ruby Riott early in the night. Tamina, which is sad that Tamina, someone who is trash, is on the Survivor Series team. Nia Jax, obviously. Mickie James, and then says the next match will decide who is going to be the 5th member of the Survivor Series team. Bayley versus Sasha Banks. And I'm like, okay, this is not going to be bad. We're going to have a defining winner for the 5th member. And it was all for naught because this match went about 5 minutes. We went to a commercial break. We come back, and they're getting destroyed by the members of Survivor Series. So who is the 5th member of the Survivor Series team for the women? It is none other than Ruby Riott, which is going to be all kinds of fun for one Natalya, whose life has been made a living hell right now by the Riott Squad. And then all of a sudden we get sent to the back, and we have Becky Lynch. Yes, SmackDown's Women's Champion Becky Lynch having a disarm her on one Ronda Rousey, and she's talking trash to her. They finally get her off of her, and she walks out to the ring, and Becky Lynch just puts her arms out straight and decides, I'm going to summon the rest of the SmackDown Women's Locker Room. The SmackDown Women's Locker Room comes out and pretty much obliterates Monday Night Raw. And somewhere in here, Becky Lynch got a broken nose or something because she was absolutely bleeding profusely from the nose area. That looked like a little bit was coming from her eye, which would not be good. So this entire thing, that if you're hyped for Survivor Series already, then you're hyped for Survivor Series. This entire thing, it did not help, and it was unnecessary. And if Becky Lynch is completely hurt, I don't even know. But I'm hoping it's not too bad, because this Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey match needs to happen. Rousey does come out and starts battling with the SmackDown women until Becky Lynch gets a chair, beats her with the chair, and then they're gone. So that was how Monday Night Raw ended, with Becky Lynch, bloody face and all, sitting up top, just taunting SmackDown, the Monday Night Raw, as Ronda Rousey is seething mad in the ring. We do shoot to the back for a second as we have Stephanie McMahon yelling and screaming at Baron Corbin and cutting his balls off pretty much. So we got the Invasion, which I thought we weren't going to get it, just simply because that's how WWE's been recently. It just felt like, if we weren't going to get it from week 1, we're going to get it now. It was kind of surprising. So that's how Monday Night Raw ended. Let's see how Monday Night Raw responds tomorrow night. But that is your Monday Night Raw review. The final hype for Monday Night Raw going into Survivor Series. Until then, make sure to follow me on Twitter at TheFrance. Follow me on twitch.tv/TheFrance08. I'm going to be a little behind streaming because I am currently working on a house that I'm going to be building, heading into in the next few days and moving into. So, yeah. Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT will not be, in NXT UK will not be affected along with everything else. But there is that. Until then, my name is Franz. I will see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown Live, where we will have the Raw retaliation more than likely. But I'm getting out of here, and I will see you guys later.